we're recording, right, good. So this is then how to take care of your website. So we're using your laptop, and this is a new contraption. It's called a mouse. It's got two buttons on it, which you might think are mouse ears, but it's called a mouse because it's got a tail, and that's why they call it a mouse, because somebody thought, oh, it looks like a tail. So it's got a nice red button on there, and that rolls up and down, something that you might not be used to. We might cover that a bit later on. But the left and the right mouse buttons are what are the important thing, because they allow you to click on the screen. It's basically just the left one. So in order to launch what we need to do today, we need to launch a web browser, and the best one to do that, as far as I'm concerned, is Firefox. So you can see you've got a Firefox launcher there. You've also got one down there, I think, yeah. So if you'd have to double click that to get it to work, or you can click that once to get it to work. It's a bit stupid.
I'll do the one down the bottom. That looks like an easier option.
Right, so and then that'll pop onto the screen, and that should remember what we were doing last.
That's
so it's
quicker
content.
than it's ever been, I can say that. Right, so let's just get rid of that, presumably.
Yeah, and what we want to be searching for is Wix, W-I-X.
That's it, nothing else.
That's it. And it'll come up with Wix.com. So the top advert, you can see it's an ad, and that means that Gmail gets paid if you click on that.
Just ignore that.
So if you see the second one, it says Wix.com, and it's exactly the same, only they don't get paid for doing it.
Okay.
So we'll click on that instead, and that'll take you to the home page of Wix.
Okay.
And what we need to do from here is sign in. So you can see where it says sign in.
Once or twice?
Once should be okay.
Okay.
And now it says you can either log in from your Facebook, log in from Google. But what we're going to do is type in your password here, just to make it as easy as possible. So your email password.
So it's the email first then, is it?
Yeah, it's utsharman1@yahoo.co.uk.
Gmail.com actually.
Well, I've got it as listed as Yahoo on there. We'll try it as...
Well, I've got utsharman@yahoo.co.uk, which I never use. I've got utsharman1@gmail.com, which I use all the time.
It really doesn't matter as long as the password matches. Let's just try the Yahoo one first, and if that works, it should be fine. If it doesn't work, we'll try the Gmail. Because maybe I've updated the password since it's been on my computer, you see.
Okay.
Anyway, so that's the old one. We'll try that first of all. And the password is UT123. Yeah, lowercase. It'll say, do you want to remember that password? See, it's logged you in. So if you wanted to remember your password on this machine, you put yes.
Save it. Okay, good.
Alright then, save it. So these are your sites. This is your main site, the version 8, and this is what you were looking at before. This is the...
right, so it's there,
the
in
other side.
fact.
So,
right.
Something or other. So if we click on this, first of all, just see what it's doing. This will come up with the guide site, and you can always close all that shit down. So what's that say? Site add-ons, dashboard, manage store.
It says actions.
Oh, actions. Right. Right. So you can edit the site, rename it, duplicate the site, transfer, delete the site. So view live site. So if you view the live site, this will give you the address. So it's utsharmanwix.com, the guide, and this is your old website. So everything's on here, the buy now. Coming soon, Balboa Press. Alright, so there's no buy now on the actual website. So yeah, pretty basic at the moment, but I thought if you clicked on that, it then took you to the guide. Yeah, it does.
It takes you to the, we were on the guide, it takes us to the other book. Yeah, that's it.
Right, okay.
That makes sense.
So that's that. Do you need to do any work with that at the moment, or shall we?
The only thing we need to do to it is to make the buy now thing work and to get it live. And then it's done.
Yeah.
Now if you think the better use of your time is to do that quietly when I'm not here, so be it.
Yeah, well, we haven't gone through PayPal, and that's a whole new kettle of fish completely. So I'm just trying to get back now to, well, I suppose I can use the back button. That might do it. That'll get us back to that menu.
Okay.
And then we can now
select an edit site.
select an edit that site. So that now should come with the same old bullshit. And then you can click on the edit site button, which used to be one button before, but now it's two. So now we're going into the editor, and this is where the magic starts.
Okay.
And yeah, I'm very impressed that I've got your machine running quicker than it was, because this would have taken forever.
It's significantly quicker than it was, there's no question about that.
It's almost as quick as mine. So this is the editor. You're not going to see any animation on this, but this is the familiar title page. So this is a scroll bar. You can click on that and move it up and down.
Yes.
I guess because this is a touch screen, you might be able to even touch it up and down as well.
Can indeed, right.
So this is the title screen, and for this we're using the mouse because it enables you to click on all of the separate areas.
Okay.
And when you click on the areas, it'll come up with a box from all. So it looks a bit complicated. When I click on this box, I don't know if you can see that, it might not come out on camera, but there's actually a blue bar all the way around it, like a blue line.
Oh yeah, I can only just see that, right.
Yeah, and that means that it's selected. There's a tiny box there at the top, draggable handle, and there's a tiny draggable handle below that as well.
Right.
So that is what's called a text box, and by double clicking on the text box we can edit it. So if I was going to do that, click on anywhere else, click on the text box, and then if I double click on it, it'll then go into the editor. So by clicking away, it deselects it. So do you want to try that? Click on it and then double click on it.
So single.
Yeah, that's selected it, yeah.
And double.
And now that's editing it.
And then the blue box is up, so if I wanted to change that word there, I could do that.
Yeah.
And then I could, and that would change it.
Yeah.
And I could restore it by doing that. Okay, so that means I can put a new event on there if I wanted to, for example.
Yeah. So this text box is limited to that frame, and so if you were to add to that text box without extending it, then it would alter all the other frames. So for an example, if I press return a few times, you can see the entire website is moving down. Press it again, it's moving down. And that's kind of compensating it for it. That's a good thing. I wasn't expecting it to do that. Sometimes if the text box, well, you can extend it like that, you see, and when you drag it back, it should extend it back, but sometimes it doesn't. So this is what I'm saying, sometimes it'll mess up your entire website. So if it does that, then all you need to do is click on the text box of the thing behind it. That's just a clear white box.
Right.
That's the handle, or you can hold that one. I think that just moves it up and down. But if you pull the handle, that should. No, it's still not working. Let's move that handle. There you go. That's moved it back. So by moving the handles around, you can fix it back up again. So we've now fixed it. That might look easy, but it's only because I know what I'm doing. So sometimes it's best. Oh, you can't extend the text box. I'm going to say if you had a bigger text box there, then you could do it. But probably if we do that, and do that, and do that, we'll leave it as the smaller one for now. So that's actually good news. I expected all these to completely crack up and break, and they didn't. So that's not too bad. So that's for changing the information. You can type it in. And I think, yeah, if I press return there, it's probably going to, it's messing the other thing up. So what you could do, you could get rid of the top line, that'll bunch them up. And get rid of the double line spacing, you see, that bunches up. And that just gives you more text box area to work with.
Okay.
And there you go. It kind of, it'll extend a certain way before it cocks it up, and then that gives you this more space. What you can also do, once you've clicked on it, you can also move it. So you can move it up, you can move it down, you can move it around, so you can give yourself some more space there. if it's too big, you can shorten it, whatever, and they'll drag it along with you. So you can always shorten it and drag it up. So that's kind of how you take care of that. You can move it around, you can edit it. If you want to embold stuff, now that we're in the editor, it's just like Word. Can you see it says bold, italic, underline?
But what did you do to reach that section?
Well, it's just a matter of double clicking on it, and then you can edit it.
So you choose a word, double click on the word, and then that brings that box up that is up now.
Yeah, it's the
Okay.
same editor as you did before. So say you wanted that word in bold, how would you do it?
Right, so let's see if I want to put that word in bold. I would do it twice, and then that comes up, and then I could do that, and then
Well, it's just like Word. If you highlight a word and then select bold, it'll go into bold. If you don't highlight a word, it'll just type in bold from now on. So
so I'm not highlighting the word yet.
yeah, you have to tell it what to do. Right, there you go. And then anything you click on there will then apply to that highlight.
And then if I do that, it has changed. Gosh, right, okay.
Right, good. So once we're in there, change another word. So you can bold it, underline it, italic it. That's changing the font colour. It even highlights it if you hold it over there. So if you wanted to change it to a different font colour, that highlights the background colour.
Right.
So I haven't got any background colours on.
No.
You don't need them. Let's see. That center justifies. You can have left, right. It's just like Word, left, right, center justify. Bullet points you can add as well. And then this is where we change, well, that's the line spacing. So we can have bigger line spacing or smaller line spacing. And that'll bunch everything up, space everything out. That's between letters, you don't really need to worry about that. This is where you change the font size. You can change your font size there.
What is that tiny little triangle did that, was it?
Yeah, that's a pull down menu. That just pulls down all these things. But if you
Ah.
click on it, it should do it anyway. That triangle just means it's available. So you can change your font from here. You don't have a million fonts, but there is a few.
Yes.
I just tend to stick to the same one,
Well, yes.
which is font size. So the important thing is to work out links. You might notice that anything that's underlined and it's in a different colour here is actually a link to somewhere else on the website.
Yes.
So it's important to figure out how to link things.
Yes.
So if you were to put something here, let's just make a, say you wanted to type something there, what can we link to? Maybe the USR page, something simple.
Yes. Okay.
So put, I don't know, buy USR here, and then we'll link it.
Okay. Get your USR. Right.
Right, and then we need to set up a link, so we need to highlight the word or words that you want to transfer into a link, first of all.
Right, so the highlighting is this thing.
Yeah, word or words, it could be anything.
Okay.
So you're highlighting it all. And then it's these two chain options right at the bottom. Sorry, if you click on the...
Start again.
Yeah, click on the thing, double click it. Highlight it up again. Right, so it's the chain things, at the very last thing of the bar.
Ah.
Can you see them? One of them is link, one of them is unlink.
So it's going to be this one.
Yeah. So
Single click?
yeah. It says link on there. So, well, yeah, click on it again. It should come up with a box. Right, there you go. And it's going to ask you, where do you want this link to go to? Right, so you can go to a web address, which is a site off from your main site. So from there you could click on your other website, you know, the guide, or anything else that you're doing, Robert Hawke, or whatever. You can click on page to take you to a page on the current website.
Ah, right.
You can click on email to say you wanted to email me here. You click on that and type your email in.
Right.
What else is there?
Document.
I'm not sure what that works with, but you could try. How could you load documents online? I'd leave that for now because I'm not